What is up, guys? How you guys doing today? Thank all of y'all for tuning in. What is up, guys? How you guys doing today? Let's see if we can get this thing going right here. Bulma, calm down. Yeah, you hear my dog back there? You're growing, keep up the progress. Thank you. Bulma, calm down. But look a little rough right now. I just woke up, to be honest with you guys. I was taking a nap. I was not feeling that well earlier today. So I was asleep. Itzy woke me up. She said, "Aren't you doing a live stream?" I was like, set it up. So we're here. We're here and we're rocking and rolling because we're on the road to 10,000 subscribers. So we're not falling off the brakes. We're not getting off the gas. So let me wake up real quick and we'll try to get this thing rolling. So thank you guys for signing on. But yeah, we are on the road to 10,000. I'm gonna start all the live streams is gonna be called that, and you can see my camera. So I guess the most important yeah, good morning. I guess the most important thing we need to, Marcelio, what's going on, my friend, to talk about is my camera. You guys see how much wider it is? And actually, I think it follows me. That looks like my dog, but that's my dog's boyfriend. But I bought a new camera, this one right here. It's a little bit small. It's like literally a small camera, but it's for super wide angle shots. I think I was telling you guys about this in the last live stream. And so I went ahead and pulled the trigger on it. So now the videos will be coming out pretty cool. Actually, a little bit more complicated on my end as far as editing. Look at that stupid cat. A little bit more editing to do on my end, but the overall video should be good. No, I am not still at the dealership. I wish I could be. I mean, I guess I could go there. This is my apartment right here. In Texas, a dealership cannot be open 7 days a week. So, no Sundays for me. If we could be open Sunday, I would. I mean, I could go over there and do the live stream, but it's a little bit easier just to do it from my apartment. Yeah, it is brighter. To be honest with you guys, the camera isn't meant to be for live streams. It's meant for test drive videos. So like when I'm inside a car, that you're able to see the whole car and not zoomed in on my supermodel looks the whole time and can't see the Corvette. But let me show you what you mean. Yeah, that looks like my puppy in the back, but that's actually my puppy's toy. If you rewind to the beginning, if you're able to, you'll hear my dog barking. It's outside right now. But let me see if I can show you what I'm talking about. So yeah, this camera, like I said, I was just asleep 10 minutes ago, and I had Itzy set this thing up, and I don't know why she put this camera on. She should have put the other camera. I guess she just wanted to see what it would look like for the live stream. But it's super, super wide. So this is not the camera I would normally use for the live stream. This is like a secondary camera, support camera. But it does look kind of decent. If we can get that lighting down a bit. Let's see here. We'll get it figured out. This is kind of last minute thing because I wanted to just make sure I could hop on for you guys. So, but this was a big deal, or a big deal this week that I got purchased because, and it was such a hassle to buy this camera, guys. I mean, you think buying a car is hard? Try buying a camera. So this camera, you can't buy it on the website of the place. Out of stock. Only two places to buy it is Amazon and Costco. And there's no Costco where I live. So, or I could buy from Costco, but then they charge you like a fee for not being a member, which is cool. So Costco is like $100 cheaper than Amazon. And me being stingy, yeah, I'm gonna buy from Costco instead, even with the fee, it's still cheaper. Try to buy it from Costco, keeps getting denied. And I want it by Saturday or by Friday so I can shoot a video with it. And so I paid for like $20, $30 for it. Next day shipping. Getting an email that night saying that it was canceled. Okay, that's weird. So Itsy calls them, hops on a phone call, and I guess, and they kept asking me, Costco is like an investigator. Is this a business address? Yes. Do you own that business address? We don't ship to business addresses. And I said, what difference does that make? What do you mean you don't ship to business addresses? What difference does it matter if I own the place or not? But the answer is yes, I own the place, but I mean, it doesn't make any sense that you would ask that over shipping a package. And so we got all those security questions answered. The first time it got denied because she typed in the wrong zip code on my credit card. The second time got denied because I was a business address and they needed to verify I owned the address. So after 30 minutes of that, we ordered it again, and then it got denied again for some other random reason. So I said, screw that, spend the $100 more on Amazon. And then so we spent $100 more on Amazon, got it the next day. But technically I kind of got it for free because I just used all my credit card points going through the Amazon route. So got another free camera. Your test a minute ago, you moved your head. Light Speedy Gonzalez. Hey Nick, you're here? Awesome. I think the camera's this is me moving my head, so it's tracking me. So look, Bulma just got in. You'll be able to see her in this video. But yeah, this is mainly for like interior shots and stuff. It's pretty cool. How did you guys like that day in a life video the other day? Or when did I post that? Yesterday? I thought that was a pretty cool day in a life video. So appreciate all you guys in here. Is the stream a little bit laggy? It says on my end the Wi-Fi is, internet connection is low. It was a good video. Awesome, awesome.
You want me to fix the mic?
Yeah, fix it live. There you go. Can you turn on that lamp back there? Just turn on the. No, just go turn it on.
No, they're gonna see.
Just go turn it on real quick. They can't see you. It's zoomed in.
Yes, it can.
No, they can't
It
see.
follows the faces.
They can't see you at all.
Yes, it can.
Itzy is wearing her candy cane
PJ.
pajamas. Yeah, thank you, Nick. Thanks for always reminding me. Everybody go hit that like button. Everybody hit that like button. That really helps us out a lot. And Itzy's, I thought Itzy was making bread all day, and I wake up and look, there's my dog right there.
Remember, the bread is not from one day to another one. You have to let it in the fridge for like 8 hours.
So what, we're not even eating bread today?
I'm making focaccia, making flatbread.
Okay, I don't know. Anyway, she makes her own sourdough, and I thought I was gonna wake up and eat some bread, but she made some like lemon tarts. Why would you make lemon tarts? I don't like lemons. You don't eat. I've never seen you eat lemon tarts in my life. What's up, Richie Rich? All right, cool. You got no lag there. Awesome, awesome. So let me get situated. And if you guys notice lately, the last 3 videos, I changed the title and thumbnail to my videos. I'm trying to confuse you guys. Did Bobby post another video? Let me click on it again. But we did have a decent sales week this week. Can I ask, is the dog's hair dyed? Her ears are right now, but it's fading. Come here, Boma. And her tail. Ugh. You can't really tell right now, but look at some of my older videos from like, what, a year and a half ago? My whole dog was pink. Like highlighter pink. About a year and a half ago, her whole, like everything was pink. Lemon's good for me. Says it puts hair on your chest. What?
The photo.
Oh yeah. So this is how my dog used to look. Like literally that pink. Hey, from the beautiful South Carolina coast, keeping America 2A strong. Hey, thanks for tuning in. And if I remember correctly, on one of the videos I posted, you left a comment about your C4, I think, and then one of our other followers commented. I was replying to his comment, not yours. I wasn't trying to talk some shit to you. I was just replying to his comment, which I thought was a new comment. So I'm pretty sure that was your comment on that C4 deal. But so thank you for commenting. And I think I re-replied to your deal. Do you want to buy a 2000 Jeep Wrangler Sierra? Do you live in Texas, John? You know, I have a video coming out this week, or I should say shooting this week. I don't know how long it's going to be. It's probably going to be a shorter video. Which is going to be probably the quickest sale ever, and it was on a C4 Corvette, believe it or not. You guys know how I feel about them, but the whole video is coming out, but I bought and sold this car before. I still haven't even seen the car. I haven't even seen the car, and I've sold it already. I got paid before I even paid for the car. So it's like the quickest sale ever. So keeping America 2A. Me and you are good. I think I didn't want you to feel like I was talking bad about your cars. Richie Rich. Yeah, we got some hot deals. Chasing the Dragon. What's up, Dustin? Was that on purpose? The pink? Yeah. I came home one day from work and my dog was pink. All right, Michael. Which 30K Corvette has a nice ride suspension, not buckboard? You're going to be looking at a C6 Corvette. C6 Corvette, you'll buy a very nice one for under 30,000. Jesus, I am doing okay. I'm waking up. John, where's Georgia? I buy so many different cars, you know, you think I'd have a map memorized. Google Maps. Can't be too far. What do you want for it, John? And don't hit me at 15,000. I had a guy call me. He lived in Westlaco about a month ago. He had a Jeep, 2000 Jeep Wrangler. I want 14,500 for it. It's got 85,000 miles on it. I said, man, that's more than all the retail Jeeps I see online. Yeah, but this one's got a 3-inch lift. So these ones. Jeep people are kind of like Corvette guys. They're really hard to buy stuff from them because they're in love with them. I would say Jeep people are more in love with their cars than Corvettes in some cases, especially when they collect those little ducks. If they start collecting those little ducks, yeah, forget it. You're not buying that Jeep. All right, Rome, Georgia. To be honest with you, I thought Georgia was a lot closer than that, but I'm retarded. So, and that's actually not even all the deals we've been doing lately. You would be one of the closest ones, anyway. Yeah, I could get your car bought. I mean, that's gonna be a decent amount of shipping for me for a Jeep. But what do you want for it? I'm not sure. No, it would be under 15. But if you've seen the Jeep, you would see that it's... So for reference, guys, everybody else watching, John, I'll get to your comment in a second, but so everybody else can see it. But I'm down here in South Texas, by the way. Stingray Alley. Look, it's Stingray Alley. It's its own city. Right here. Dun, 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 all the way up in Georgia. So it's got to be pretty clean. You got no ocean or nothing around there, so it's got to be pretty rust-free. Hey, look, they can see you. Look how zoomed in it is. There we go. That's wide. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I bought it for. That lens is so wide. Dustin, this was the camera I was telling you I was going to buy. So it's perfect for the car interior shots because you can get the full angle of it. But it's kind of weird that it tracks me and is able to follow me around. It has a brand new frame. Dustin's always hunting for some good deals. John... Did you get rid of that white T-Bird? Saw your last video. Actually, speaking of that video, so I'll get back to you on that real quick, JJ, man. I'm not sure. No, it'd be under 15. If you've seen the Jeep, you would see that it's from the ground up. Only lacking having it painted. The paint is good, other than 2 spots on the hood. Is there a way for me to send you my number? Here, I'll type my number in chat so you can just send me some pictures. Send me some pictures in the VIN. Oh, that's funny about the ducks. I drink regular, very, very clean. And it's a collectible on my collectible car. You know, I'm actually, Ernest, thanks for reminding me. I need to write that down. I'm going to write it down right now, actually. Because I've been meaning to make a video like this for like a few weeks. I'm going to write a note. Video idea. Insurance values. Because I've been hearing that a lot lately. Hey, come on, zoom in. There we go. I don't know. I really don't know how this camera works. Yeah, I want to make a video about insurance values and actual car values. Because, oh, we got totally sidetracked on the C4 Corvette. Yeah, so I bought a C4 and I sold the C4 before I even seen it. It's the quickest sell ever, and I'm gonna somehow turn that into a video. I haven't even seen the car, but so the guy's bringing the car by so I can just see it in a couple of days, and we'll shoot a video of it. But and he got it insured for $20,000, and he only paid $8,800 for it. So there's a huge gap between what insurance you can set your own insurance policy on it, on a classic car, especially through Haggerty, and that's just when you crash. That's what they're gonna pay you. Doesn't mean the car's worth that. So whenever people call me up on their Corvettes, well, it's insured for $28,000, $30,000. I said, well, it sounds like there should be a good tree coming down the road that you need to turn into to collect that check. That's what I would do. Oh, thanks, Dustin. Thanks. So, I actually shot a full YouTube video on this camera yesterday that should be coming out later this week. We'll see how it looks in the test drives. Is the C6 offered in wide body styles? Yes, the Grand Sport and Z06 will be the wide body style on those cars. But you would be hard to find one under 30,000. What kind of C? So the C4 I bought is actually a funny story. It's actually a funny story. I don't want to give out too much because then you guys won't watch the video. No, I know you guys watch the video regardless. Let me pull it up, or what it should look like. I think I just got your text message. Alright, so I bought and this just goes to show you values, guys, on the C4 wholesale. I bought this 1993 40th anniversary. I'm like the 40th anniversary king, by the way. I've sold like 5 of these cars. Everybody acts like they're so rare, and they were semi-low production. The 40th anniversaries is the ruby red with ruby red interior, 1993 model. The one I just bought and sold was 60,000 miles and a 6-speed standard coupe target top. And it looked a little different than these because it was lowered a bit with some ZR1 rims. But yeah, generally this is the Corvette I bought and sold. And I only paid $5,500 for that car, guys. $5,500. Hello? Oh yeah, he fell again? How?
I don't know. I was out on a run, and Mom called me to see if I was on my way back. Because she left because she was just so angry. But, I don't know, I guess he was going in the fridge or something, and Mom just heard a huge crash, and she asked Dad if he, like, did you fall? And he was like, no. And then heard, like, another, like, big bang. She's like, did you fall? And he's like, no. And then she went over there, and he was, the little snack thing in the kitchen, that little shelf was like pulled out, things everywhere, watermelon. He dropped a watermelon, and he was on the floor. And
While he was talking with her?
I mean, after.
Oh, after?
Yeah. But Mom, I guess, got really mad at him and was angry just because he keeps falling. And he was like, I didn't fall. And Mom said he was like literally like, shaking.
Would he cut himself again or what?
No, he didn't cut himself, but I got home and he was like angry at me. And I was like, what are you angry at me for? And I was like, and I guess he was just mad because Mom was yelling at him. And I just told him, I was like, dude, nobody wants to fight you. Nobody's angry. I was like, we all just care for you and love you. But I was like, it's not normal.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's his knee giving out. He needs to get knee surgery.
Well, I asked him. I was like, there's a lot of things that contribute to it. I was like, I told him, I was like, you're a hypochondriac like me. I was like, if I were you, I'd probably be thinking I had a brain tumor or something. I was like, but I don't think that. I was like, from the outside, I was like, I think it's a bunch of things. I think it's your heart, your bad circulation, standing up for prolonged periods of times, your knee, the energy drinks, the beer, and he's like, you're probably right. But I asked him, I was like, be honest. I was like, do you even remember falling? And he was like, no.
I don't know. Maybe it's bad knee, blackouts. Who knows?
I think it's a mixture of a bunch of things that he can handle. A bunch of like different things that he should be taking care of that are just all.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, Mom asked
told him.
Mom asked him, did you tell your doctor at your appointment? No, I didn't bring it up.
Yeah, he was like, your mom's angry. I was like, well, why wouldn't she? I was like, it's the same thing that me and you fought about at the post like 4 or 5 years ago. I was like, I was telling you the same things, and I got so upset. I fought you on it. I was like, well, she cares so much. Why did she leave? Because Mom left to go just get some tea and like calm down.
Yeah.
I was like, it's because what's what I should have done when we were at the post. I should have just left. I was like, she doesn't want to fight with you. I was like, I was like, me and you fight. I was like, she's going through the same thing.
Yeah.
And but yeah, and I told him, I was like, it's not normal. You need to get it checked out. But then I just went downstairs and I was like, I'm gonna go work out now. I was like, where's Dad? She's like, oh, he's cleaning up the stuff in the front, taking it to the dumpster. And I was like, why is he moving? And I told him, I was like, he needs to get it checked out. I was like, no more energy drinks. I was like, if you're tired or something, go home, go to sleep. I was like, you don't need to drink an energy drink. I was like, and God forbid this happens, you black out or something while you're driving.
Yeah.
I'm under a car in the Stingray alley.
But okay, well, I'll talk to you in a bit. You're about to get on live.
Okay.
All right, bye. I said about to get on live because if I told him I was on live, he'd freak out. But yeah, I'm surprised there was no comments underneath that last video what happened to my dad's forehead. But he's been like falling or tripping out, and that cut. How do I get this thing going again? And his cut that was all over his head is because he fell at like 3 a.m. taking a piss in the restroom and pretty much headbutted the toilet. So that's where that big cut was from. He headbutted the toilet. And he refuses to admit that he's falling. So he's fallen like 3 times, 4 times just this month, or in the past 30 days. So I think it's just like his knee going out. And he needs a knee replacement. But yeah, apparently my mom's, they're all mad at him because he doesn't tell people when he falls. But yeah, so that's what happened. Well, that's why he looks like Chucky. So we call him Chucky now, because he's got a big cut across his forehead. Alright, let me catch up with these things because I accidentally edited or deleted my chat. Enjoyed the axe from Axel. Enjoyed the channel. Love Corvettes and Camaros, though. My dream car is a 4th gen Trans Am WS6. That's a great car. I'd love to own a car a lot if I could. Talk cars all day. Keep up the great work. You know, we actually get a lot of those Trans Am WS6s in. I wouldn't say a lot, but a decent amount. The older Jeep Unlimited were built, blah, 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 and they're rare. That's why they qualify for the color. I only pay $500 a year. You know, those year models of Jeeps were really great Jeeps, built tough. Why does my dad not like the Grand Sport? Because it's like, in some scenarios, it's like 50 to 60% more expensive. Well, perfect example. So I have a, let's see here. Oh, and this week was a lot of flakes, man. A lot of flakes this week. A ton. A lot more than normal. But to answer your question about Grand Sports, why my dad doesn't like them. Here's a 2008 Corvette, 47,000 miles. We have retail 25.9. If I was to go buy the same mileage Corvette Grand Sport, it would be priced about $10,000 more expensive. And so, obviously, there's a huge price increase wholesale for it. And I would have to pay more than my retail just to get the other one kind of wholesale. So I'd be paying over this price wholesale to get that Grand Sport. It's just a lot more money for, in his opinion, the same kind of car. I mean, get wider fenders, different suspension stuff, but that's why he doesn't like it. Because they're just a lot more expensive for marginally different car, in his opinion. He needs life alert, snail mating farm. Yeah, my dad does need that little life alert button. So my dad's funny though. He'll wake my mom up in the middle of the night for like the weirdest things. Like, can you get me a sleeping pill? Can you get me a cup of water? Just like the dumbest things. But then he falls and literally they have to get a plumber to go fix the toilet because he literally like headbutted it out of the cement and didn't wake anybody up, just went to sleep bleeding. He really should have went to the hospital so they could glue it or something. I thought he got smart with you, Itzy, and you smacked him. That could be a scenario there, JJ, man. What's up, brother? What's going on? Dom, how's it going, my friend? He needs to see a doctor. He needs to see a mental psychiatrist, too. He's crazy. What happened with that? Oh, I videotaped. Thanks for reminding me, Reggie. I have a video of that somewhere. I think I do. See, I make so many videos, I forget if I make them or not, or where they're at, if they're on my phone, Itzy's phone, the camera, the meta glasses. I got no clue. What happened on that orange C3 was, I was actually tried to buy it, honestly. It ended Thursday, I think, or Wednesday, the auction. And the bids were up to around 15 grand with 30 minutes left to go. And I bid it all the way up to like 19 and some change. And then two guys started taking off on it like super last minute. It got bid up to 21 grand. And that was the highest bid it got. But did not meet reserve, so they did not sell it. I think they should have sold it. For sure. but that auction ended in a no sell. Bobby, you know these numbers better than most. Price range estimate, decent C6, wide body range estimate, C6 wide body. That's why I'm selling off my 64 SS 409. I need to figure it to be. Here, let me catch up here. Yeah, if you sell off your classic right there, I'm not a Impala expert, but the 64 Impala SS, that's a good year for them, isn't it? It's worth some change. And very popular too, the 64, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, if you want a Grand Sport's a great car, and I will buy a Grand Sport. I'll have a Grand Sport for sure by the end of the year. But and I've made some strong offers on some. I've made some very strong offers on some Grand Sports, not just from auctions, but from people that send them to me. But I haven't bought anything yet. But yeah, so 30K or less, you'll buy you a nice C6, low mileage. Like my pace car, we sold that one for like 31 and some change. That was a rare car. But a Grand Sport, 30 to 40 grand. The 30 grand is going to be a rougher one. And actually, to be honest, you'd get some miles on that one. You're talking about probably like 80,000 miles. Which is not bad, by the way, but the toilet came out of nowhere. You're a buyer, seller, someone who's going to own it a while might be willing to pay that extra. I have if it's what you want. Do you ever get any Nova in? You know, I've tried to buy 1 or 2 Novas this year. I'm not a big... I don't know. The price range on those varies so much. When you get in collectible cars, it's kind of... You can't really put a price on one car. I mean, there's like a general idea of what a classic car is worth. So like a Stingray. Like I can tell you price ranges from any C3 to any C7. But they're ranges because you can't, it's hard to lock down a single price. And the Novas and Camaros, and there's another one. It's like the earlier generation Camaros. Their price range is so wide. And it's hard to even put like a little bracket of a price range on them, because you'll see a Nova sell for 12,000, 15,000. Then you'll see one sell for 30, then 25, then 22. And to me, like the Camaros, I see some sell for 20 grand, 25,000. Then one sells for 45,000. And 350 blocks, some 396. But then the 350 is like $5,000 less than 396. So I don't know. It kind of, on the classics, it boils down to what somebody's looking for and what somebody will spend on what they've been searching. And that's hard, because if you buy a car like that, you have to find the next guy that wants that specific one to pay all the money for it. So as far as Novas go, no, I don't. The price range is too wide, and so if I get a deal or feel like I get a deal on one, I'll buy one. You want an 82 in that tan color of that year. That is the year I was born. I would highly recommend to not buy an 82 Corvette if I was you. That 82 and 84 are the 2 worst Corvette years ever. What was that car you purchased with the... What was that car you purchased with the yellow Corvette? I remember you made out like a bandit on it. Yeah, Michael, it was the Chevelle. It was a badass Chevelle. It was a 1971 572 big block Chevelle. That was awesome. That was a huge purchase, and it turned out awesome. You guys see I buy a lot of stuff over the phone, but that's how you know I was spending some good money when I drove 7 hours with Nate to look at those cars. All right, let's take a look what's in my inventory right now. So it's kind of shrunken a bit because we sold some cars, but we got my little BMW 3 Series for $69.95. This one's pretty cool. It got no performance stuff, but it just looks like it. Made it look like a little M thing. I actually repoed this car. It was a voluntary repo. Got a carbon fiber wing back here. The guy's had it for like 6 months. He messaged me on Facebook. Hey man, I'm having issues with that car. You can just go pick it up. And I was like, well, what's going on with it? Doesn't start, or it tries to start but doesn't turn over. I've had all these mechanics look at it, and I just can't get it. You can come pick it up. I was like, well, man, you can't be that hard. I mean, there's only so many reasons why it would just crank and not turn over. I said, let me get it picked up and taken to a shop and get it looked at. And we'll go from there. Because have you had any professional shop look at it? No, I don't have time. So on the buy here, pay here, they act like I'm their assistant. Like they don't have time to do any of their own stuff to take cars to mechanics. And if you saw how many hours these people work a week, they have the time. But anyways, I get the car picked up, take it to a mechanic shop. Guy calls me, Bobby, what's the problem? I said, I don't know. He said the car cranks, doesn't turn on, so there's no battery in it. I said, well, there should be. So the battery's in the back seat. He throws the battery in the car, reprograms the battery to it because you have to reprogram batteries to BMWs. So I don't know what's wrong with it. It fired right up. So I called the guy. I said, wait, what are you talking about, man? The car fired right up with the battery. What did he do to it? I said, he did nothing. He put the battery in and reprogrammed it. Oh. And then I sent, I don't appreciate you trying to give me a car back because you thought it was jacked up, and then making me take it to a mechanic shop for a battery, even in general, but in this case, for something so stupid. I said, I don't appreciate that. So if you want the car back, you have a tow bill, you have the bill from the mechanic shop, and then you have the 2 months that you're behind. No, you can just keep it. Car's giving me headaches. So, all right, man, what an idiot. So now, I got a BMW. So this is a good repossession. This is one of the good ones because there was nothing wrong with it. The guy was just an idiot. Oh yeah, thanks for reminding me. Did that lady that wanted a Thunderbird go back? So on that video, I didn't really want to necessarily say that she was homeless because I don't know for a fact. And there was a lot of footage that I cut out of there. I mean, this lady was there forever talking, and that day we were so busy. Like, there was a lot of stuff I couldn't get on camera, as usual, but we were so busy, and she just kept sitting there, and my dad, like, she was obviously goofy. Like, you could tell from the video she was just goofy. I mean, she came up in a basket. Like, I'm pretty sure she's homeless. But anyway, we had her sitting on the couch while we were closed out like 3 deals at one time. She just waited the whole time talking to herself, talking about random things. She was a doctor, a lawyer, oil and gas, 40 years this, 40 years that, this much money, but walking a shopping cart. And anyways, I finally got her because they were, I don't know, too scared to tell her that we were busy to leave. And she kept wanting to look at the Thunderbird. So, all right, let's go look at it. So she kept talking about random things. So it was a lot of editing that I had to edit out to semi cut down the video time and to still make it seem have her part in there, because it was funny. It was funny. But no, here in my town on Facebook, they have a Facebook page of every person that goes to jail. They post their mugshot. She just got arrested the other day for like breaking and entering or something like that. I think she like broke into a house or something like that and was arrested. So no, she did not come back and buy the Thunderbird. If my video starts doing bad, I'm gonna put. If my video starts doing bad, I'm going to put in the title, "Homeless lady tries to buy a car." How do you go to pulling in a car dealer with your stolen grocery cart? LOL. Come on. Yeah. Did she hit her head on the toilet? Maybe. I mean, you guys have no clue how much footage I cut out of her. Like, it was just like so many like different tangents. I wish I could go back and edit the video after I post it so I can add her mugshot in there. I mean, she's smiling ear to ear. She's going to trade that card in on the Thunderbird. Yep, she sure was. And thank you guys, everybody who's tuning in right now. Look, here she is right here. That's her mugshot. Smiling ear to ear. All the comments were, she's gonna do it again. She don't care. Alright, actually, let me look up this Jeep before I forget. Alright, so this is the Jeep he was looking at earlier, or told us in chat earlier. 2-door Jeep. Sent me the VIN number, but it's upside down. Alright, so I'll do this on... I don't know why I assumed that. Yeah, her meal was taken care of for that day. To be honest with you, I'm sure you guys know, a lot of homeless people prefer to be, or a lot of people in jail prefer to be in jail because when they get out, they have no more food, they have no more bed. It's a broken system. Alright, so we are going to look into this Jeep. That I got pictures of, sorta. Here we go. Yeah, it looks nice. It's black Jeep, soft top. It's got the good engine in it. Got a little light bar up there. So I'm going to take you guys through the process of how I try to put a price on things. So we are looking at a Jeep Wrangler. Yeah, that cell block definitely was not quiet. It's not going to be quiet with her around. And I mean, she kept going on with stories after stories after stories. EF. And we were like super busy that day. She just kept going on. Didn't think anything of it. A59. I can already tell you though, on this Jeep, let me get back over here. I can already tell you, John, on this Jeep, I'm not going to be close to 12.5, and I'm going to show you why. 71.0. 7, see if that came out right. So this is MMR. Okay, typed the VIN wrong. So this is MMR. This is wholesale value saying if I brought this Jeep to an auction, roughly what it would bring. Oh. Here we go. 2000 Jeep Wrangler, 6-cylinder, 2-door SUV Sahara. You guys can already see the MMR is pretty low, but that's because the miles are... That's the average miles on this Jeep is 140. We're going to come over here. So here's all the transactions on this Jeep. This model of Jeep. 97,000 miles, 8,600. And this was a 4.3. So you're talking about an almost perfect Jeep right here. These ones are 5 speeds. This one was an automatic. So 126 brought 6,500. 128 was just a pretty bad condition one right here. But let's pull auto check. Okay, so 5-owner Jeep has over 100,000 miles. So let's call it 115 to be safe, because this is from December. Started off in Florida, so it's been in Florida up to 2003. Then it moved to Georgia. So could have some potentially. He says it doesn't, but it's probably been fixed by now, or maybe it just didn't get any rust. But from Florida, it will get rusty like where I live. So let's call it 115. Doesn't boost up the value that much, but let's raise the score to say a 3.7. Yeah, that's what I thought. This is what it would bring roughly through an auction. So that's why, like I said, it's hard to buy Jeep. And I don't know why it's so zoomed out. That's why it's hard to buy Jeeps, like Corvettes. I know you were busy that day. That's what makes your videos pop for me. You never know what you'll see. Totally enjoy all the content. I appreciate that, Michael. Yeah, I try to videotape as much as possible. But as you guys know, Itzy does a lot of the camera work, like 99.9% of it. But she also has her own job at the dealership, so it's hard to take her away constantly, especially while we're busy, because she's got things to do. So, all right, so now we're going to take this VIN, copy this. So it's about 6,700 wholesale, roughly. It's probably a $10,000 to $12,000 retail Jeep, but then you got to find the person to buy it. Like we just sold a 2015, I think, or 14. Itzy just sold one for what? How much we sell that Jeep for? 14 grand. So we're gonna come over here to this website. Put that silver BMW listed in MMR. It's probably gonna be like 3 grand. So let's get this Jeep first. Alright, so Jeep's never been seen. Now we're going to come back here. Close map. Now we can see all the Jeeps for sale in the nation. Let's do it by miles. We'll do highest miles first, and then scroll down to about 120, 115. Oh, there's only 20 for sale. Okay. This one has that like kind of stupid dull matte finish to it. So this is on the rougher side, but it's also $79.95. Here's one. Actually, this is the identical Jeep. This is what the Jeep you just sent me looks like. Except his has a light bar right here. Yeah, identical Jeep. So they got theirs listed for $13.5. It's been on the market for 101 days, by the way. Hasn't sold because it's too expensive. Here's one. So this is like what this is around what they should be priced at, okay? Right here. In this range. Like I said, 10 to 12 grand. But I mean, here's a one right here. This looks completely stock. 110, 7,500. So yeah. So yeah, John, if you're still on here, unfortunately I cannot be a buyer on your Jeep at 12.5 or whatever you said. Anybody remember what John won for his Jeep? So that would not work for me, unfortunately. No, I'll do it right now. I just need to, I need to save his number. Create contact, John. Georgia. Spelled Georgia wrong. What's up, Josh? How you doing? Just making a note in my phone right now. This thing keeps zooming out. Ed, you gonna buy you one of those Corvettes, Ed? You keep looking at them online on Facebook. I see you commenting. I don't know if you're still in here, John, but I'm gonna send you a text message. And I keep using this voice to text deal, and it keeps messing up on me. Hey, John, thanks for sending the photos. Don't know if you're still on stream or not, but looks great. But I cannot be a buyer at 12,000 on it. No room on it for me. And every time I do that, it always types different words. Thanks. Well, I appreciate that, Ed. Thank you for always commenting. I appreciate that a lot. But we need to get you into one. Working. Awesome. Got to make that money. Okay, so let's see. Dustin. Yeah, voice to text is horrible. Like, especially when I send it like one on like Facebook or Instagram, it like comes out completely different. And I'm like, oh man, dude, I'm sorry. I use voice to text. Like it's sometimes like I did it to one of my friends. Like, are you drunk? John texted back. I don't think he's in the stream no more. What would you guys offer on that Jeep after knowing everything you guys know about it? You guys know just as much as I do. They don't taste good or what?
No.
Betsy's making bread. She says not good. Well, I tried to. So this is like when this happens to cars. This is when it gets tricky. Try Itzy's sourdough bread. It's like watery, right?
Mm-hmm. Like gummy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really gummy.
I lost my touch. I stopped doing it for too long.
So, yeah, so sometimes this happens when you try to pull auction values on cars. It's when there's not enough transactions. Like there's no transactions. So no wholesale value on my BMW. I don't know why I keep exiting MMR. Hey, 32 viewers, guys, I think right now. So thank you, guys. Make sure to hit that like button. If you haven't already, subscribe. We're on the road to 10,000. We're on the road to 10,000. I caught a baby raccoon the other night, and I've been dealing with him. You've been raising a baby raccoon? I would offer $7,000 for it, knowing what you showed us. I'm a Jeep owner. It's really gummy. In shopping cart lady's police report, it says she was all jacked up on gummy. And I kind of get put like in a bad situation. Yes. Yeah, I think the amount of rubber ducks, each rubber duck you have is probably about $200 added onto the price of the Jeep. Decent shape, but not enough margin on your end. He's won all the profit. Got to but, and that's without shipping. So that comes into a big deal too. Shipping from there is probably about 700 and some change. So just add 700 to whatever the price is what I got to pay in shipping. Poor little Itzy. Bread is no bueno. How are those lemon things?
Alright.
What do you mean, all right? Was it good? Not good?
I don't like lemon tarts.
So why? I don't know why you made it. She just said I don't like lemon tarts. All right. She made these little. Dustin, I'm telling you, you don't have to donate, but I appreciate it. All right, little lemon tarts. Look, this camera's actually kind of cool. Let's see what it tastes like.
I was gonna put raspberry jam on top of that.
I think it would be a lot better if it was like raspberry or something.
Do you want me to put in raspberry?
No, like if it wasn't lemon.
I was gonna put raspberry jam on top of it.
It's pretty cool though. Kind of tastes like a cookie. It's supposed to be sweet. Tastes like a sugar cookie.
It is a sugar cookie.
Oh, yeah? Homemade. Itzy made this homemade sourdough cookie bread. Add some more tea, please. So let's get to back to what I was saying before I forget. I kind of feel like in my business, I kind of get turned into the bad guy because Thank you, thank you. I got some long hair. It doesn't really work well where I live because it's so windy. That's why I wear a hat all the time. Because it doesn't matter what I do to it, it's just gonna get blown out with all the wind. Even if I wear a ponytail, it gets messed up towards the end of the day. Really windy here where I live. But I get put in a bad situation when people want a lot of money for their cars because there's no good scenario. Because when I offer them what it's really worth, they get upset that I'm lowballing them, or I'm just another dealer, or I watch you on YouTube and you're only gonna offer me this, or I can't take that, that's way too low. So I'm the bad guy in the scenario all the time. So it's like it's not my fault. Yeah, that's my dad said when he was a kid, because my dad started this place 45 years ago and it's always been his. But his dad, my grandpa, he was supposedly one of the best salesmen in Texas. When he died, he had a whole article in Texas, or a page of an article in Texas Monthly Magazine, which is a big magazine in Texas, for one of the greatest car salesmen ever to live in Texas when he passed away. But anyways, my dad said when he was a kid, his grandpa would drag him around to different dealerships, not even the one he worked at, just different dealerships on Sundays, because again, in Sundays, Texas dealerships have to be closed. And people would go there to avoid salesmen. He would go over there and sell them a car on Sunday, give them business cards, take their money, and come back Monday and close it. Well, yeah, no, Dom, we were actually pretty close. We were actually pretty close on price, Dom. I think we were like $2,000 away, $1,500 away, or something like this. But on this scenario, I'm $6,000 away. Some tea, please. Or like when somebody calls me up on a C3 Corvette and they want $40,000 for it, and it's non-AC, automatic, small block. I was like, I said your car to me is $20,000 to $25,000. It's a maybe. And they're like, no way. And then I was like, go watch my videos. I just sold a 71 that's like yours, non-AC, non-matching number. I sold it for like $25,900, $26,000 retail. Now, when you get matching numbers, 4-speed options, yeah, they can get up to about 30 grand, 35,000, but they got to be like super, 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 super nice. And they don't sell very quick. I remember reading something about your grandpa selling temperature all used cars in Texas or something like that for 3 months in a row. Yeah, I got no clue on that deal, but yeah, when you think of a used car salesman, that was him. That was him, but that's how they all were back in the day. Nice. Have our lots of business cars, 10 p.m. lead to a lot of sales. So it kind of hurts me at our dealership because we have gates. We have a gate around the whole dealership, so people can't go on a Sunday or can't go after hours and actually walk through and look at the cars. Yeah, they park outside the gate and look through the gate, but I wouldn't say it costs us a lot of sales, but it's definitely not beneficial as far as sales go to have that gate up. But my dad said back in the 90s and stuff, there was a lot of thieves for radios and tires, and he would spend all night there hunting thieves. And he got tired of it, so he put the gate up so he can get some rest and sleep better. What was it? I was going to text John. Yeah, exactly.
John's Corvette is almost over there.
Oh, yeah? Okay, perfect. Yeah, John. We'd be pretty far off on that deal. Like I said, I don't know if you're still on the live stream or not, but I don't know. I'd have to be a buyer on that thing, like somewhere around 6 to 7 grand max. And after shipping and stuff, I'll have 8,500 in it. And I really think retail it's about 10 grand to 11 grand maybe. So yeah, that's the text I'm about to send to John. But if you wanted to do a trade-in on something that you see, maybe I can try to get you some more money for it, just depending what you're looking at. I also don't specialize in Jeeps, but just from what I can see online, that's what they're selling for. And I just sold one, 14 model for $13,800. So yeah, that's the message I'm sending to John on his Jeep. And it said, see, I always have to proofread it because it says Livestream, not live stream. All right, Dom, you take care. You're an hour ahead of us, so take care. And yeah, we can try to work something out on your Corvette, man. We're not that far away. Have to be buy on the thing, like someone max after shipping and stuff. 45 in it, I really think it's a reach about 10 maybe. All right, sent it to John. Yeah, good night, Dom. You take care. We'll stay on here for a bit. We're going pretty strong. We're over an hour. This camera's holding up pretty good. Finish this little cookie.
Tastes better?
Kind of liked it without the raspberry.
Oh my god.
Okay. Let's look at what else we got in stock. Like I said, we sold a few cars this week. We had a lot of people back out on cars. Like a lot. Which is normal, but this week was extremely weird. A little BMW, still have this. I don't know why my dad bought this car. I tell him time and time, it's a good car, but time and time again, we just don't have luck selling BMW or Mercedes convertibles. And he keeps buying them after we sell one. Still got my C7 Corvette. This one. Oh, thank you, Josh. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. So this Corvette has given me the run around all week long. So this is the one that was in my last video I posted. I took delivery of it. 2008, 47,000 miles. Super, super clean car. I guarantee you I've had 5 people back out or flake out on this car. Like 5 people. And that's lowballing it. So there's 3 serious ones that I can think of off the top of my head. I had a guy named John, who was the kind of the biggest one that jerked me off, and Dennis maybe is his name. He lived where Dennis lived, Mississippi. He lived in Mississippi, and then a guy here locally. So the one in Mississippi, he called me like Tuesday or Wednesday, and calm down, Boma. And he wants to trade in his 81 Corvette. I was like, okay, no problem. We can get the deal done. Well, I'll take it on trade. He's like, but I still owe $19,000 on it. I was like, shit. That's a ton of money. I even said that. I said, man, that's a lot of money still owe on it. What'd you pay for it? He said, I paid $21,000 for it. I said, man, you paid a lot for that car. I said, you paid a lot for it. And I was like, well, man, to be honest with you, I could give you about $14,000 for it. That's some strong money. And I was only giving $14,000 because he's trading it in. Like if somebody brought that to my dealership, probably 11 grand, 12 grand, for an 81 Corvette. No AC. And it looked like California. I think it still had a smog pump on it. Anyways, we get a deal worked out. I ended up giving him $14,500 for it. He was going to be checking with his bank. And in his scenario, I don't think he jerked me off because he went to his bank to try to get a loan. And it is very hard. If you guys are watching, it is very hard to get a loan on any used car right now. That's not like a new 2020 or 2025. Banks just don't like to loan 5 years or older. So when he went to his, and there are some that will, you just have to know which ones. But he went to his personal credit union where he lives in Mississippi. No, we don't want to do it. You're going to have to put up a $20,000 CD and then take money against that. He said, what, if I wanted to do that, I would just buy it cash. I said, I want a loan. I don't want to put money into a CD. And so they were giving him a weird runaround. And so I text some banks he can look into because he lives in Mississippi. He lives out of state. When you live out of state, I don't know what banks or credit unions are in your state. I know which ones are in Texas, but when you go to a different state, it's different. And a Texas bank can't finance you because you don't live in Texas, unless it's like a national branch. So I texted him some national branches that I know of that would do it. So he said he was going to check with them, but have not heard back from him on that. The biggest one was this guy in Fort Worth, Texas. He follows me on Facebook. And I talked to him for like 20 minutes on the phone. And this was on a Thursday. Yeah, this was on a Thursday. Talked to him 20 minutes on the phone. He wanted to FaceTime and see the Corvette. So I FaceTimed him, showed him the whole Corvette. That was a 30-minute deal. Then he puts me on a 3-way call with his bank so we can get all the information straight because he wanted to fly in Friday, pick up the car Saturday. And he's getting financing with his bank, so he wanted to make sure everything was fine, that he wouldn't have any issues. It's like, that's no problem. So puts me on a 3-way phone call with his bank, and the whole time the banker's like, well, he needs to apply first. He said, and I was like, well, how do you guys pay? We pay in drafts. So what drafts is, I don't get a check immediately. They just give me a letter of guarantee. Then I have to transfer it before I get paid. A lot of dealerships don't accept that anymore, but I still will if it gets a deal done. It's not ideal for me, but yeah, it sounded like he was for sure coming. Like, I mean, we've talked for an hour, and he even said, look, he lives in Fort Worth, and there's a big Corvette dealership there. It's called Corvette Warehouse or Corvette World or something. They bid against me on the live streams. But I know their profit margins. Their profit margins are a lot bigger than mine because they price their cars are expensive because they make them expensive. I see what they pay for them. And anyways, that's besides the point. He says, yeah, there's this Corvette warehouse. They have a ton of Corvettes, but I see you on Facebook all the time. I want to do business with you. I want to buy from you. And he had a $25,000 budget. And I said, well, you're going to be looking at the C6s I have or the C5. Didn't like the C5 because it's too old. He wants a C6. Showed him the C6s. He landed on this 08. And he was very adamant about $25,000 or less. And then I said, well, I have the C7, but it's like almost $20,000 more. He's like, well, let me look at it. So I show him the C7. He's like, no, the C6 is what I want. It's in my price range. It's just a toy. And I want to buy from you. I love your dealership. I like you. I don't want to go to this Corvette warehouse or bigger dealerships. I want to support your business. So I'm going to fly out there, and I'm going to buy this car from you. I said, perfect, man. I appreciate that so much. We'll get you a deal on it. We'll make it happen. I text him Friday morning because he was supposed to put his application in with the bank. He says, I got an 800 credit score. I've already paid off the car with them. I won't have any issue. I said, okay, cool. Text him Friday morning. Hey, man, how did your application go? Still haven't heard back from the bank. I said, okay, that's cool. And then Friday night rolls around. I think I texted him again. I said, how'd it go? And then all he says, I decided to go with a 2015 Corvette. That's all he said. And then I'm like, my face right now is like, what? So what do you mean? After everything I know about you, there's no 2015 model Corvette for $25,000. So I don't know how you're stretching that into the budget randomly. And so all I typed back was like, okay, that's fine. But you know I have a 2015 Corvette, right? And then no response. Like none. So I was like, okay, jerked off again. And then I have a guy. Yeah, I know. He should have taken the yellow C7. And that's what I put. I was like, you know I have a 2015 Corvette, right? And then I've had a guy come by 3 times on this yellow, getting confused in my cars. 3 times on this 08 Corvette between Friday and Saturday. 3 times. And to be honest, I don't know why he keeps coming by. He doesn't want to test drive it. He looked at it the first time. I've gave him he wants me to finance it personally, is what the deal is. And I think he's trying to like work me down to give him a better deal. But like I told him the last time he came, he's like, dude, because he has like 3 cars in his name already, and the bank won't give him another loan because of debt to income. I was like, look, I don't want to finance this car personally, but I will with 50% down. Now, if you live like where I live, I do buy here, pay here, so you got to live local to me. I said, look, I don't want to do it, but if you bring me 50% down, which would be $12,000 some change, I'll finance it for you, and I'll put it on a 36-month note. And he's like, okay, cool. Then he came in again. And then he always I don't understand what his point of coming in is, because he's like, I have no cash on me. The bank's closed. I just deposited the check. I can't get you any money. I was like, well, you can go get me a cashier's check. You can leave a deposit on your debit card or credit card. And then he just never commits to it. But he's come by like 3 times. Like it's like a weird situation, really. Like, I don't know what his game plan is. And he's like, well, will you discount the car any for me? Will you lower the interest for me? I said, 1, I can't lower the interest because it's illegal for me to lower the interest on my buy here, pay here deal. I can't. So on buy here, pay here in Texas, it depends on the term, but it's like anywhere from 20 to 24%, 25% interest, depending on the term and year of the car. And it's state regulated. It's the max rate. And I charge everybody that on the max rate of Texas. Because if I start going in and putting 10% for this guy, 15% for this guy, 5% for this guy, we get audited like every year or 2 times. I think it's once a year. And if they start seeing different interest rates for different people, I'll get sued and fined. So I just, across the board, it's the same rate. And this way everybody has to do it in Texas. And then he's like, well, can you lower the price? I was like, dude, I'm not going to get my money for 3 years. No, I'm not lowering the price. I don't even want to finance it. I said, if you go through a bank, I'll try to get you a better deal, but no, there's no way. So that's 3 of the major ones that I've been jerked around on. And then on this C5, which, no, you can't see it. This C5, it's super clean. And I had one this week on this Corvette, but this Corvette's going to the shop for an oil leak. It's not mine, and between me and y'all, this car is a little bit overpriced. So, I'm not worried about that one. I drove this one home this weekend. Great driving car. Finally got all the kinks worked out of it. That's why it's still up here for sale, because it's been... Yeah, exactly. That's why I want that car out of here. There. It's not my car. It's on consignment. That 77. So I just want it out of there so it's not taking too much oil on the lot. But yeah, this car's been in and out of the shop for like 3 weeks. Finally got everything ironed out. Back on my lot, drove it home. So hopefully this one sells soon. This is a good car, 6-speed. But my C5 is beautiful. This is a very beautiful car. I got this one in Wednesday. And I was actually going to make a underneath of that car. Not worth 18.5, but yeah, exactly. This one I got in Wednesday, and yeah, you're spot on. You're right on the money, Josh. So this one I got in Wednesday, and I thought, and I already had a guy lined up on it. He's one of our YouTube subscribers, very nice guy, Mark. And so I was gonna make a YouTube video. Why is it so zoomed out? I was gonna make a YouTube on a quick flip, like how fast can we sell this Corvette? We got it in here Wednesday night, and or Wednesday afternoon, somewhere. It's either Wednesday or Thursday. I got the car, so we're gonna do a quick flip video. How fast can we sell this Corvette? So we get delivery of the car, look around it, and I've already talked to him about figures and how much it's gonna be. And he just wanted me to double check the car, and it was a done deal. It's like, awesome. Get the car in, take it to my mechanic, have him look over it, videotape that, called him up, and it's like, yeah, everything's perfect. I had a deal worked out. We negotiated the figures, all that kind of stuff. And then he wanted to finance it, so it's another finance deal. So he wanted to get it financed, and he lives in Alabama. Well, when you buy a car out of state from me, I don't have to pay you taxes, or I don't have to charge you taxes. But that's if you're buying it cash, or bank or wire transfer, just paying for it in full. When you go through a bank, they're going to want me to list them as the lien holder, meaning I have to transfer the title, pay the taxes in your state, pay your county taxes, just to list the bank as the lien holder so that they will pay me my check. Because they won't pay me till I list them, till I transfer it, pretty much. So now I have to charge you taxes. And I told them, I don't live in Alabama. I don't know what the tax rate in Alabama is, along with your county and city fees. I said, from a quick Google search, it looks like 10%. He's like, no, it's not 10%. And so I just showed it to him, like on Google. I said, it's telling me 10%. But I'm going to get with your county and get an exact breakdown of the fees and what exactly it's going to cost. And so I had my mom email, because she does all the title work, email the city he lived in Alabama, get a breakdown of all the fees. And about a day and a half later, I get the breakdown, and it wasn't 10%. It came out to be like 5 and some change, which is like awesome. So I texted him back. I said, look, just got your new fees and stuff. It's like half the price of what I thought it was going to be. So here's the total deal. It's like, this is cool. And he's like, yeah. And he was super nice about it. He's like, yeah, I didn't want to argue about the fees, the taxes and stuff, but I know what I'm talking about. I was like, I'm sure you do, but I got to double check, because if I'm wrong, I'm the one paying for all of it. And that was just kind of in the conversation. Never heard anything back from him on the car. So it just kind of just went dead. And then I had another YouTube subscriber, nice guy, Mr. Krabs. You see him in here. He's been looking for a Corvette for a while, and I told him about this one. He likes the price. He likes the trade deal I was going to make him. But his wife really wants a convertible, not a coupe. But I drove this one downtown a couple nights ago. Excellent car. So let me catch up with these chats right here. Our buy here, pay here has a tracker interlock that can track them, disable them where they sit. I'm sure the cost is passed along. Great safety net. I would love to have a disabler, starter disabler on the cars, but it runs into a few problems. One, they're a little bit pricey, but it's worth it, obviously, when you have to use it. Two, the biggest killer on those is you need somebody to install it. So finding somebody to install them in a timely manner is the hard part. That's why I switched to wireless GPSs, so I don't need to, and then you have to pay them, so that's an added cost. So I don't have to do that. So mine just track them. I just remembered Thursday, Sunday this week, I'm going to a cool Deadwood Nights, South Dakota, huge car event and auction every year. I'll wear my Stingray hat shirt. Awesome. Yeah, and I appreciate that. Yeah, wear that hat and shirt out there proud. That'd be awesome. Thank you. Have you or anyone saw a Corvette called a Shark? I think that's what I heard the guy outside my job call it. It looks like a late 60s with strange body stuff. Called a Mako Shark. It's called a Mako Shark. And I believe it was like on the 80 to 82 Corvette was a body kit. I don't think it was in the 60s. But I guess they could have customized some stuff for it too. It's an aftermarket kit. Body kit. Not from factory. But it's called Mako Shark. And Dustin, I saw your deal. Take $22,000 on that '08 Corvette. I couldn't take 22, but you know I'd make you a great deal on it. Oh, okay. It looked pretty awesome. Little cruise. Cheap note. This is going to be a super cool car. And also, this one right here. Yeah, obviously there's no pictures because it hasn't got here yet. But it's a 2007 Le Mans Blue 6-speed convertible Corvette with 58,000 miles. I bought it from my buddy Mark in Ohio. I should have looked up where Ohio was before I made the deal because I thought Ohio was a lot closer to me than what it was. But apparently it's one of the furthest places I can get it from. But that being said, I bought this car like 3 weeks ago. And he had a death in the family, so he needed some time to, the whole process of a funeral, people coming over, parties. So we'd kind of delayed proceeding in the process for like a week so he can handle all that stuff. So it's taken a long time to get this deal done. But he finally got the title sent. So when I buy a car, we go over all the pictures, verify that he actually has the car, just kind of my back end checks to make sure I'm not getting scammed. And then he sends me the title, and then I send him the money, or pay him, and then I pick up the car. That's how the process goes. So I finally get the title in, and I'm anxious to get the car because like I've had money allocated. And I got some money, but I'm not like a multi-millionaire to where I can just keep buying cars left and right. I have no floor plan. So all the money I'm buying these cars with is our actual cash. Whereas you go to another car lot, they have floor plans, so it's not their money. But besides the point, so when I committed to buying something, I have that money allocated to this car. Meaning if something else came in, I know I already have this money spent. Maybe I can't buy this because my money's spent here. So, anyways, so I've already allocated this amount of money to this car for like going on like 3 weeks now. And so I kind of need the car here so I can sell it, obviously, and start using money for something else. And finally get the title in, and I text him, okay, got the title. Do you want a wire transfer or a check? I would prefer to send a wire transfer so you can get it the same day, but I don't care which way you want to go. He said, I want a check. Cool, no problem. Write him a check. So I said, look, I'm going to be mailing off your check today, but when can I order transport? And what I meant by that, maybe he didn't understand, was, look, I know you're not going to get the check till like however long it takes the mail to give you a check, but when can I order the transportation, knowing the check's in the mail? Meaning, do you want to wait for the check to get there? Can I order it now? when can I order transport? He just responds, anytime, I'm ready. I took that as it's okay. I can order transport and we'll get the car picked up. The check's already in the mail. We're good to go. And he's in Ohio. I'm in Texas. And I know this, I say this all the time, but shipping a car is very logistical nightmare, especially in those distances. And to do it quickly, that's the hard thing, to do it quickly. Like it took 2 weeks for them to pick up this pace car to send it to New York. I ordered it on the 31st of July and they just picked it up a few days ago. So it takes a long time. So anyways, I ordered transport that night. The next day, it's already dispatched. It's already dispatched out. It's like, awesome. It's like, we're going to pick it up Friday, and can you open up Sunday so you can take delivery of it, which was today. I was like, yeah, of course, man, that's perfect. I don't mind opening up Sunday, get delivery of it. Well, I get a call later that night, or later in the day, from the transport company. Hey, we talked to the pickup location and they said that you haven't paid for the car and they're not going to release it. I said, what? They said, yeah, we already had a driver try to schedule a pickup and they canceled the order. It's like, oh my God. So I hang up. I call Mark. He doesn't answer. I send him a text. I was like, hey, Mark, what's the problem? I replied to the thing where he said anytime. I said, you told me I could order transportation anytime. They just told me you canceled it because you haven't got a check. I sent you the picture of the check that it was in the mail. You told me to order it anytime. And he calls me back. Hey, Bobby, I don't know. I think I just got confused. Yeah, I definitely need that check. I was like, well, I tried to pay you in a wire transfer to avoid this whole situation. I said, I wanted so you'd have the money the same day so I wouldn't have to wait for the check to get there to pick up the Corvette. I said, that's why I wanted to pay you in a wire transfer. He's like, oh, well, I'm sorry. I said, so anyways, it threw a whole wrench into the thing. And now hopefully the car gets picked up timely this time. It would have been a dream for them to pick it up and bring it down here that quick. Like, it was smooth. It was going to be the easiest transportation ever. And now it just got all ruined. So we'll see how that plays out. It's a tough business being small and having capital, been dealing with it for 20 years. Yeah, that's the hard thing. What?
Your customer. The diesel truck.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's the getting it all allocated. Especially when I'm making bids. So if I tell you I'm going to buy your car, I'm going to buy it. And I'm accounting it sold. So I'm putting money aside for that car. And then it kind of sucks when people... This year's been wild, you guys know that, to where people flake out on me buying their cars, which is weird. And it kind of... You would say, well, Bob, you don't lose any money. Well, I passed on things thinking I had this car bought. Dealing with people nowadays requires a helmet. Yes. People don't understand 6K a month for operation mostly. So if we bring in 80K, we're just getting by. Just me and two guys. People only see what you... Yeah, exactly. And that's another thing, too. And that's what I try to display across. And anytime I talk about how much money we getting in, how much we sell a car for, is a normal guy that would want to show off. They always post their revenues. Like, this is what we revenues. This is this. Yeah, but what you actually make, it doesn't matter if your revenue was $2 million and your expenses was $3 million. You're actually negative $1 million. And use FedEx. Yeah, FedEx is great. Obviously, I do use FedEx. It's a lot more expensive, but I do use FedEx. But I would rather do wire transfer because you have it the same day. Here's the famous Thunderbird with the homeless lady. Didn't come back to get it. My dad's Mustang. Y'all have seen that. Y'all seen that. Little Honda. Jaguar. Oh yeah, this came in. So this is the Jeep that John traded in on the pace car. So this Jeep is the Jeep that came all the way from New York, and it has no AC. I even called him and I say, what's going on, John? You told me the car was ready to go, had AC and everything. And I don't blame him at all, because I know he doesn't drive it, and he hasn't checked him on it. He's like, well, the AC worked in the winter time. I haven't checked it since. I said, all right, man, no worries. It's a really nice car, though. It is. It's the Overland 4x4, 80-something thousand miles, 83,000. So it's super dirty. I literally took pictures as soon as it got off the transport, and it's currently at the mechanic shop getting the AC fixed. Oh, I'm dropping close to $1,000 fixing this Mercedes. So obviously in this picture you can see the top's down and the top works, but there is a huge hydraulic leak in the top. So anytime you try to use the top, it leaks really, really bad. Like pours out fluid. Get her. So she my dog is going crazy with her toys. And she has a whole bucket of toys, and she only wants to play with like 2 of them. But anyways, we're getting that hydraulic leak fixed, and it's about $1,000 almost. So we're getting that fixed. Obviously gonna go back to the original price on that one. So hopefully that's fixed soon. Hopefully I get that part in soon. And that is it. Anything new coming in this week? No. Nothing new on its way in. Well, unless that 07 gets picked up and comes in, but no. Nothing else besides that. But, yeah, so that's kind of what's been going on this week. But what time is it? But it's 9:47 where I'm at, and we still have to eat some dinner. Florida Days, what's going on? What's going on? Welcome. But yeah, so I think this week I posted a video yesterday. How many C4s are currently on the lot? 0. I did, like I told you guys earlier, I did buy a C4. I bought a C4 Monday. Yeah, bought a C4 Monday. Sold it that same Monday. And I still haven't seen it. So, no C4. Bought and sold it, still haven't seen the car. But yeah, so if you guys haven't already, most of you guys have, go check out that YouTube video I posted yesterday. And I should, if I post, I'm trying to post these videos every 4 days. So if I post Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So maybe, I don't want to post on a Wednesday. So probably Thursday I'll post another one. I've got to get, guys, kids got school tomorrow, be safe. Yeah, it is getting late. We're going to sign off here pretty soon. But good night, Josh. Take care. Have a great start of the week, my friend. So I'm trying to keep the videos every 4 days. Trying to get the videos room to breathe. I was doing 3 days, but it was just too close to shoot and edit constantly like that. 4 days gives me a little bit of breather. And I don't really want to post them on a Sunday or Wednesday because that's when we do our lives. So, Ernest, how you doing? All the way from Florida. Looks like we got 2 Floridas in here. We got Florida Days and Ernest. Florida's showing up. And that's the funny part, guys. I'm down here in Texas. Most of y'all are like in Florida and the Northeast America. Very few in Texas, which is weird. But yeah, so we do our next live stream Wednesday about 10 a.m. dealer auction. Hopefully they got some good deals. Last few weeks, they've got no great deals at all. I wouldn't even say great. There's been no good deals at all at the auctions. But it is what it is. We'll make do. Michael, yeah. Yeah, I think you may be the closest one, J-Man. I think you may. But yeah, I think we're going to call it here because we do need to go get some dinner. This little treat was my dinner so far. But yeah, I appreciate all the support, guys. We are on the road to 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. That is the goal. So hopefully we can make that happen. Trying to push out as many videos as I can that are still, I don't want to make random videos just to make a video. I still want to make it entertaining, educational, or what have you. But you guys have a great week. Hope to see you guys Wednesday live stream 10 a.m. if you can make it. If not, I'll see you guys Wednesday or Thursday in the next video I post. So y'all take care and have a great night. Thanks for signing in.